Hello friends, we were in the earlier video discussing something about credit rating, its functions, and then normally it's the way of carrying out the credit rating or process of carrying out the credit rating. Now let us discuss the importance of credit rating. The importance of credit rating from the financial market point of view is, first thing is normally every company requires an evaluation. This is a method of evaluation where companies are evaluated based on some selected parameters. The selected parameters are, first thing is normally the age of the company, second its previous history of the company including its credit history, third financial discipline of the company, fourth one is the management and its management policies, and apart from that normally it is also evaluated based on its earnings. Higher the earnings, higher is the rating, lower the earnings, lower is the rating there, one part. First one is from investors point of view. Second importance is now it will give us a yardstick for evaluation of the company, and this yardstick to measure the performance of the company is very important because to assess the growth of the company, how the company is, where it is now compared to the last year, where it is now, say when you compare down the line of 5 years, okay, this is one side. So that is second importance. Third importance is now again it will decide whether to invest in the company. From the investors point of view, the investors can decide whether to invest in the company, or if they are existing investors, they can think of further investments to be made on the company. If they are intending to invest, they can freely invest on this particular company because they are assured about the growth of the company, they are assured about the performance of the company, they are assured about normally that the company will be in existence for certain period of time. This is one side. And then the importance of credit rating is also now again from the viewpoint of normally the society in general, because there are some keen investors who are very much aggressive to make investments. There are some investors who wants to make investment, but they would like to know more about the company. So in such case, if the credit rating score reflects well, there is a chance of positive image created in the eyes of such kind of people in the society. So that's why normally credit rating are considered as important. Credit rating is also important because on the basis of rating, normally the other companies can also decide whether to put a stake in this company or not. So for the companies to grow, sometimes normally when it enters into the new business, or sometimes it wants to go into joint partnership, there normally we find that the financial assistance is given in the form of stake from some other companies. There also they check the credit rating of the company. If credit rating is reflecting better with a better score, so that will also be a plus point for the company. So this is how it is. Next, advantage of credit rating. Advantages normally to the investors first. Okay, so the investors find the following advantage as far as credit rating is concerned. So first thing is that they can identify the risk factors affecting the company. Identifying the risk factor means risk factors of the company differ one another. See, the risk affecting one company may not affect the other company. That is one thing. So the risks differ. So commonly affecting risk factors of the company are, first one is risk of defaults, risk of inflation, risk of normally purchasing power, risk of embezzlement of funds, risk of normally the poor credit history. So likewise there are some risk factors. So it helps the investor to identify the risk factor affecting the companies. Okay. Second thing is it also helps the investor to know the past declared returns of the company. So past profit history. So what we can do is when we refer to the past 10 years profit, now again we can verify whether there is a consistency in the profit or not. If there is a consistency in the profit, we find that even this year also it is predicted to be the same rate of return. Secondly, we can also calculate the average profits. If the average profit is so much percentage, and the investor can also make sure that he will get the same percentage of the returns whatever has been declared in the past. So it indicates consistency and credibility of the company. The third thing is that an investor can decide how much to invest. How much fund out of whatever the hard-earned money he has, that can be invested in this particular company based on the credit rating. If credit rating is high, normally the investor can think of making heavy investment in the company. If not, he can end up investing a less amount. For example, now to make this specific, if I have got 1 lakh surplus fund with me, I can think of investing normally say above 75%, that is 75,000 in this company if the risk profile is moderate and past returns are good as well as credit rating score is good. If the credit rating score is very poor, now again what I can think of is now again I will end up investing only 5,000 or 10,000 out of 1 lakh. So this is mainly because credit rating is influenced here. If the credit rating is better, I can invest more. If the credit rating is not better, I will not invest more. So this is how normally the things are as far as the importance to the investor goes. Next is from the viewpoint of shareholders. The shareholders are associated with the company from the longer period, generally longer periods. So, because of their larger periods of association with the company, their interest to know about the credit rating is, first thing is, so whether their association is giving them enough returns, adequate returns, first part. So, if the stock price appreciates because of the proper credit rating, they will be influenced with the price appreciation of the stock, one thing. Second thing is the dividend declaration. Based on the profits, as discussed earlier, the company declares a portion of the profit as dividends. So, when the portion of the profit is declared as the dividends, since dividend policy should be influencing and convincing to the respective shareholders. So, one of the novel ways of retaining the shareholders is declaring the dividends on time. Based on the profits earned, dividends are declared. So, if profits earned are proven as consistent, the respective shareholder is assured about a certain rate of dividend year on year. That is there. So, which means that his period of association with the company is good enough. Okay. Third, the shareholder is also interested to know about the credit rating because normally, suppose in case if he is having some ambiguity with the company, he can withdraw his shareholdings and shift the same to some other company where there is a better credit rating. So, that decision can be made here. So, whether to be with the company or not, whether to stay for longer periods or not, whether to continue with the company or not. So, to make this clear, a credit rating can be made by, credit rating decision can be made by the shareholders. Apart from this, normally we can also find that the shareholders can also influence the market very much, because they can also get another shareholders based on the credit rating credit rating of the company. They can also induce other shareholders saying that this company has got a better credit score. Your investment will remain safe, and then normally you can also come out with a better rate of return. So, better you also park your investment here. So, getting investor is more when you come across the respective higher credit rating. This is again advantages for the company because of shareholders. So, shareholders of the company will increase, and then capital of the company along with the shareholders will also increase in these particular cases. Third one is for the company. The advantages for the company includes the following. A company with better credit rating score will be positively looked upon by the creditors. So, creditors also fund the respective companies. So, creditors are ready to fund more if the credit score is good, because there are less chance of defaults from the company. Credit defaults will not happen, one thing. And second thing is, the company will also make sure that it makes a prompt payment on time. Payments history is also one factor considered in credit rating. That's why it can be ensured that normally credit rating, company with better credit rating is looked upon with a better image from the viewpoint of creditors, one thing. Second thing is, creditor is also ensured of smooth recovery. So, if the credit rating is poor and if the credit is given by the creditors, what happens is the recovery process becomes tough. A creditor may have to again adopt some dubious means. So, to make sure that the credit is recovered. If unfair means is used, again it will have a negative impact on image of the company. But this is not happening. Suppose if the credit rating score is better with the company. So, creditors are interested to know the credit score because they can ensure that there is a smooth recovery. Recovery process will be initiated smoothly. That is second thing. Third thing is, normally creditors can be long-term associated with the company. So, the creditors normally continuously fund the company. If the company earns good and then normally gets more clients, get more projects, get better revenue, the company will be associated with the creditors for a longer period of time because it needs money for the one or the other projects. So, ultimately they demand the creditors, and then normally creditors are in a position to pay back in the form of credit to such kind of companies. So, in such case, normally we find that normally the creditors will stay associated with the companies for generally longer period of time. This is one side. Apart from this, normally creditors can also make sure that normally there are no willful defaults. So, their business will also run smooth as far as they are associated with the company. So, these things are there as far as importance of credit rating is concerned. From the investor's point of view, investor will also look at normally the credit rating because normally again he has to make sure that there is a safety of investment. Secondly, shareholders also look normally whether dividends are declared on time and properly given to them on time. Thirdly, creditors look out for normally the credit enhancement or normally credit worthiness of the company. If the credit worthiness of company is good, it ensures better fidelity with the company. So, this is how normally the credit rating process is. So, thank you very much.